everyone, as you can see, I'm not Deneice, but that's okay. We're gonna try to get this going. Sorry for being late.
Professional as always.
So, my name is Justice. I've been here in the last 2 lives, so I hope you guys recognize me by now. But then I'm joined with Mr.
What's up, everybody? Coming back once again, I am Jacob Takanashi. I am the Special Projects and International Guest Relations fella here at Anime Matsuri. So,
Mr. Fancy title.
Oh, Mr. Fancy title? Yeah, I can add that on my business card.
I just have Made in Butler Cafe.
Made in Butler Cafe? That's an important role,
I
though.
put that on a card.
Dude, people... we sell it at tickets, right? I'm just saying.
Sure.
I'm just saying. It's there.
Well, sadly, Deneice is not here yet.
Yes, not yet.
She's with her family. That's understandable. So we're just gonna chill.
Family first, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about our announcement today. We put those Hentai Fest tickets up for sale.
Yeah. I can tell that it was catching people off guard because, you know, who does tickets?
Yeah. Like, it's never been a paid event before. Which, I mean, this is the first year, right? Yeah, this is the first year it's ever been a paid event for Hentai Fest.
But there's a good reason why, and it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. One reason why, the caliber of guest we're bringing, which we haven't announced our guest yet, but the one that we're bringing, well, not the one, I'm sure there'll be several, but there's one in particular that I'm pretty excited about. That's
very big in particular.
Very some assets. Yeah. But that's one thing. So, you know, talent is expensive, and we're not really doing this to recoup costs, though. It's more.
It's $5.
Yeah. If we were doing this to recoup costs, it'd be much more expensive. But we're doing this more. So imagine this scenario: you're standing in line for like 3 hours to get into Hentai Fest.
That happened last year.
Yeah. And then you get to the front and they say, "We're sorry, it's at capacity. We can't let you in."
That's pretty scummy.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. It's not fun. It's like, well, I mean, that's 3 hours I could have been doing anything, you know, and that's a bad situation.
I remember last year how there was a lot of misunderstandings, which we're aware of, that people don't know, are there seats, are there none, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, I agree. With this method, we can clearly let people know if you can get in or not. Because if you got the ticket, you're guaranteed a safe spot. So you don't have to wait in line anymore, you don't have to wait in line for a few hours, you know, gambling that you can get in, just to be told that you can't get in.
Yeah. This $5 ticket to Hentai Fest reserves your seat. Right? I mean, it's like, if you buy a ticket, you're getting in. There's no guesswork.
You have to wait. Just walk up, like, I don't know, 5 minutes before, and then go in.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why, because a lot of people, I was reading through some comments, and a lot of people are saying, like, okay, I get that there are only, like, X amount of seats, and you can only sell Y amount of tickets for those seats, right? But why do we have to pay money? And the reason for that is, if we just said, well, you have to get a ticket and make a reservation for a seat, there would be people who make 20 reservations...
Yeah, and
not show up.
Yeah,
right. If you attach monetary value to your seat, you're more likely to show up. Right.
You get the real perverts to show.
Exactly. Okay? The people who are putting their money down.
Yeah, no half-assing. You're gonna be there for real.
Well, I don't know. Is half-assing a genre of? We're gonna.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to type that into a search bar later and regret the results. But yeah, we were reading your comments and we saw your concerns and we really talked about it and thought this was a good method, right? So you're tying monetary value to your seat reservation, and that is going to not guarantee people actually show up, but it's going to make it more likely, right? Because we didn't want a bunch of people, oh, well, I need to reserve 5 seats because I want to go to Hentai Fest, and then they don't show up, and that's 5 seats gone.
Yeah, another issue is because I saw the comments, people are saying, at the end, there were empty seats. So I think it's pretty annoying where people line up, they go in there, and then they take someone's spot that actually want to watch the show, and then they leave like 10 minutes out. But then,
because they didn't really want to be there.
Yeah, but then the staff doesn't know that, so then they assume, okay, I accepted this many people in, it's full. But then they didn't think of, okay, who's leaving.
Right.
So with the incentive of buying your ticket, you should be there the whole time. So only the serious hentai fans will be there.
Exactly. Because, like, if you make it, don't get me wrong, the free model worked great, but we're growing a lot, right? And unfortunately, with things like this, like with Hentai Fest, like we were saying, there's X amount of seats. You know, that's it. And some people might, well, I'm curious to see what this is, but I'm not super interested, so I'll go in, I'll sit down for 5 minutes, and I'll leave.
It'll save time for people that actually want to go versus the person curious. Because if you're very curious, you might as well just pay the $5 and get your seat saved.
Yeah, reserve your seat and check it out because, you know, if that's what you're interested in. Hello!
Oh, you look so nice.
Oh my god. I cannot believe it.
We're live.
For like...
Go change.
Go change.
I'm not live yet.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so yeah, that's why we were saying with the Hentai Fest tickets, and that explains a lot about that. So, moving on, our most recent announcement.
Okumoto.
Nobuhiko Okamoto. The voice of Bakugo. And
not even a handful.
Dude's got talent.
Yes.
Like, dude's got a roster.
He is Rin from Blue Exorcist.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, I love that
a lot of main roles. I'm looking at his profile. I don't see the word. I rarely see the word supporting. I see a lot of main voices.
He was in JoJo as well, right? Like, Gachiko? I can never pronounce his name. I can never pronounce his name. He was also Ivan in Tiger and Bunny. I do remember that.
Oh my god.
For all you superhero wrestling fans there.
He's in Kill la Kill. Kimi to Boku. Kaicho wa Maid-sama.
Dude, dude's got a roster. Dude's got a roster, for sure, for sure. And so do you think people were more excited about his roles, or, like, because he also did some music too, right?
Yeah, he did a lot of things, but of course everyone's just focused on Bakugo. Because I see in the comments, everyone just spamming Bakugo, gives
Well, when we put that banner up.
Yeah. See, some people are smart. I give props to Jillian because I know she asked a handful of times.
I know, right?
Does it mean something? What's this for? What's going on? I'm like, just to sum it up, yes.
Yeah.
Everything means something.
Everything means something. Everything means something.
So she got a good eye. Everyone else is like, oh, just a banner. Whatever.
It's just anime. It's anime Matsuri. They got an anime banner. Makes sense to me.
I mean, I've seen
joking.
Some anime banners that make no sense.
Yeah.
but he's...
We'll not go there. Okay,
he's very talented, and he's a big name. Big name.
You want to talk big names? Nazomu Sasaki.
The biggest old school big name.
I cannot believe that he's actually he's coming to the United States.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Nozomu Sasaki is, he was Yusuke Urameshi in Yu Yu Hakusho. That's pretty cool. That's huge, right?
That's pretty cool.
He was Tetsuo in Akira.
I remember he had a fan club back in Japan, and it was very hard to get autographs.
Absolutely.
And even they, I can imagine, are pretty jealous.
Oh, he doesn't do them. He doesn't do autographs. If you're coming to the United States, like if you're coming to Anime Matsuri, and if you wanted Sasaki's autograph, this is a really rare opportunity to get that.
Or even see him.
Really. Like, there are people flying from overseas, like, he's signing autographs there, and want to sign autographs over here, let's go over there.
Because they know what's up.
Exactly.
They know in Japan, you probably would never see them.
Yeah.
Like, same with other guests. I think of Wataru Hatano. He's a very charming guy. If you watch Year on Ice, he sang the ending song. A lot of people recognize him. A lot of girls recognize him. Oh.
Yep. Yuri on Ice. Well, I mean, he's a good-looking guy too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a handsome fella.
Yes, he is.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, that may play into some of the hype. I think.
Okay. All right. Sure, but he's a singer and an actor. I give him that. But let's go down the rest of the list. I do know we also have a manga artist coming too.
Sanazaki, Miss Sanazaki.
Yes, you're into the real shoujo manga. I know she draws all the old school classics.
Yeah. Of like the original like girls genre, you know what I mean? Well, and what's interesting is like she's also done a lot of like adaptations of Shakespearean works, like manga adaptations. Yeah. So it's pretty cool stuff if you're interested in like Shakespeare and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I imagine like she's gonna host panels, talk about her work, maybe even draw something. You should really check it out. If you're really into manga art or you're a comic artist yourself, aspiring to be, really check her out. She's a professional. She's been in the industry for years.
Speaking of the industry, some of our industry guests we have from Godzilla, the new Godzilla King of the Monsters. We love our Godzilla. We love our favorite lizard, right?
Except
Richard.
Baby Godzilla. I don't know about Baby Godzilla.
Richard Dorton, Jason Lyles, and Alan Maxon, the three heads of King Ghidorah.
Woo.
The real king of the kaijus, King Ghidorah. And the ever-talented Mr. T.J. Storm. Godzilla himself. In the new upcoming film, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, from Legendary Pictures. I've been seeing these advertisements for it all over, and I'm so pumped!
Are you gonna watch the 5-minute trailer?
I wanted to so bad. So, if you don't know, you guys in the audience, if you install Shazam this past weekend, on IMAX in particular, there was a 5-minute preview of Godzilla King of the Monsters that you could have seen were you one of the lucky few to be there. And unfortunately, my schedule was just... see, I'm so conflicted because, like, I wanted to go see it.
At least you weren't spoiled.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. 5 minutes is long. Absolutely. I'm like, I want to see it, but, no. You know, like...
So I imagine you in the car, you drive away.
Just like, I'm so disappointed in myself. It's like really wanting cake and then giving into the cake, knowing that you shouldn't have had cake.
I'm sure you'll be satisfied not seeing it.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, I love cake.
'Cause I remember that short trailer that people were speculating, already doing theories and stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I saw people like breaking down frame by frame analysis. It's like you can see, you know, by the volcano going off in the background and 3 inches of wing that Rodan is confirmed to be. I'm like, oh god, like they're playing out all the kaiju. And, like, Rodan,
but
Mothra.
that's the story. I know it was like a whole thing with that and how they were able to theorize the whole plot. Like, man.
See, growing up watching Godzilla films, like the American adaptations of Godzilla films, like they always portrayed Godzilla as like this big thing that comes out of the ocean and destroys cities and go home. What I find interesting in the new trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters, they say, so we're going to make Godzilla our pet, and then the Japanese gentleman says, no, we will be his. And that's what the Japanese Godzilla is about. Godzilla is actually like the defender of Earth from space monsters like Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla, right? Oh. He's defending his territory along with Mothra. Godzilla and Mothra are both defenders of Earth.
I actually don't watch a lot of Godzilla films, so I've never seen it that way. So seeing it as a defender, because I'm used to the English adaptation, just seeing as a monster, just come in and smash stuff.
Smash!
But speaking of smashing stuff, more like, sorry, bad segue, but the video...
Back in the Hentai Fest. Oh, no, not okay.
The YouTube video, Hentai Fest?
Oh, you said speaking of smashing things in the segue. I'm sorry. My age is my shoe size. Continue, I apologize.
If you're already excited with all the actors coming, you watch that trailer video. There's also more Godzilla things coming. More official Godzilla things coming.
Yeah, we can't talk too much about it.
No, but that trailer tells a lot.
Yeah.
If you think that trailer is pretty legit, then that can...
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go to Anime Matsuri's YouTube page and see, monster announcement, something.
Yeah, trailer. I mean, there's one in Spanish and one in English.
One in English, yeah.
To check it out.
For sure. So, let's segue on, because I've got in front of me, you've got in front of you.
Yes.
Some information from Mr. Ruben Langdon, Dante from Devil May Cry himself.
Yes.
And he has provided to us a few panels that he would like to host. He's given us
a lot of options to pick from.
Yeah, a lot of options to pick from.
He came prepared.
Yes. So we thought it'd be cool to go through these panel ideas with you guys and kind of soundboard them off of you and see, what you guys want to see from him, because he's curious what you guys want to see from him. Because at the end of the day, the fans matter, and it's for you, right?
The fans matter.
Yeah, it's for the fans.
We can go over with Deneice then.
Yes.
She's ready?
Is she back?
Okay.
Everybody, welcome to the live stream, Miss Trinity Leigh. Woo!
Oh my god!
You got your hair?
Your
hair looks nice.
Guys, I just came back. I was just informal earlier. Hi, all. Oh my gosh, am I low on this thing? Okay, here we go.
So we pretty much did a recap of some of our guests so far.
Excellent.
And then we were also shared of Ruben Langdon's panel submission. So we're about to ask them which they would like to see. Because Ruben gave us 7 options to pick from.
Exciting.
All from different genres, from his work. So
He is just has such a big list of experiences.
Yeah, he's got quite the repertoire. So, I'll go over this, of course, or we'll go back and forth. But the first one, and the most obvious one, I think, Devil May Cry. Ruben is best known for his portrayal of one of the video game industry's most iconic characters, Dante, in Capcom's Devil May Cry franchise. So just a overall Devil May Cry Q&A panel. What was it like to be Dante?
Yeah,
what are some lines? Do some Dante lines and stuff like that.
So I give some behind-the-scenes footage of Part 5, too, if you're interested in the new game coming out.
Maybe some behind-the-scenes footage. Perhaps.
If you give him enough hype, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, you guys had to convince him, probably, if you're going to choose that one. Okay?
So next up, we have another... Is Resident Evil Forever Child...
Forever
Chris!
Child Redfield.
And real quick, since Capcom introduced motion capture into the Resident Evil video game franchise in smash hit Resident Evil Code Veronica, Ruben has been portraying the role of Chris Redfield ever since. More than 20 years. So he's going to be talking about Resident Evil games, going over the CGI, talking more about how they made it so beautiful. Yeah.
So if you want to see Ruben Langdon punch a boulder like he did in the boss fight of Resident Evil, I'm sure we can work something out with him.
Okay, so number 3 option, I guess, is the third option. Tokusatsu, Sentai, and everything Power Rangers. Ruben Langdon has had a unique and flourishing career both in Japan and the U.S., working with Japanese world of Tokusatsu. Yeah, specialized suit acting. That's what it is, actually. And working in the U.S. on Power Rangers. He has insight and experience as both an actor and a stunt performer in them. So for a number of different series, so like B-Fighter Kabuto in Japan, Power Rangers in the U.S., Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue,
oh my God,
Time Force, I do remember Time Force, and Wild Force. He has worked and trained with international stunt team like Alpha Stunts, I believe he was doing, and that is one of the really big...
That's unique.
It is very unique because I know Power Rangers is still such a huge phenomenon. Oh, yeah. You were just at an event, right?
Power Morphicon Express in Pasadena. Yeah. I had a great time.
So, I mean, there are a lot of fans still in that genre.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's an option.
So he offers some interactive panels, too, and these ones are fun, I think. So did you know that Ruben Langdon also voiced the great Ken Masters in Street Fighter? It says, do you think you're good at Street Fighter? Can you take on the real Ken Masters? Come on down to the game room and fight the voice actor of Ken Masters, and if you beat him, maybe win a prize. Maybe. Depends on what he brings. Don't forget, if you forget your fight stick, he said he prides himself on being very good at Street Fighter, and he always has a blast playing against attendees. He says he brings gifts, so if he beats you, or if you beat him, he'll look you up. Runtime 2 hours. PlayStation game project.
He might be doing some role playing there.
Maybe. If you can get him to say Shoryuken, I'll be happy. Like if he does a Shoryuken and doesn't say Shoryuken whenever, I'll be disappointed. At least once. I want to see it at least once.
Very fun, intimate panel.
The one that you're gonna read?
Oh, the next one, stunt fighting for movies and television. So pretty much more into like action cinema, fighting, blockbuster games.
He's really huge into it, actually. And funny enough, my cousin actually knows him personally and has worked with him. Because my cousin is a stuntman too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, in the panel, he's gonna talk about what it takes to get in the A-list action scene, how to get involved.
Like how to throw punches, how to make it look like you've taken a punch, like behind the scenes kind of secret, like insider information, the best practices and stuff like that. If you're interested in stunt work, which is a really interesting field, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's still it's still needed, even with all the CGI that's happening. You know, stuntmen and women are so necessary because celebs sometimes don't want to do it, but sometimes they do want to do it. And Ruben can do both, so it's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. The next option is how to otaku in Japan.
That's very specific.
How to otaku in Japan. Let's see. Chances are If you're reading it, you already are, he said.
If you're here.
Oh, sorry.
I know. Stay nerdy, guys. So he basically talks everything about how it is over there to love this stuff and to be a part of it. And, you know, I guess it's such a big business in a sense over there with anime and whatnot. So if you have an opportunity to hear, like, he'll ask, you know, you guys can ask him questions directly, and to two of the biggest otakus in the business. Okay, in this panel, Ruben and Sui Yumashima bridge the gap. They give you a step-by-step how to otaku.
Step-by-step?
Step-by-step playbook for subjects like dojinshi. It's huge.
There's so many. You went there.
That's... Oh, God, no. Oh, I'm still scarred.
Okay, subjects like dojinshi, Japanese onomatopoe, cosplaying in Japan.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, yes. I can't say the whole thing.
Onomatopoeia.
I was like, no, what is that?
Best places for otaku shopping, of course.
It must mean. So a lot of our attendees are going to Japan for the first time and don't know where to go.
Right, and cafe culture, he will touch on that. So even how to navigate love hotels.
Dante is such a big otaku.
So
I'm curious as to why he has experience with... You know what? I digress. What is reality when science fiction becomes science fact?
That is an option too.
That's an option. It's on there. So I didn't know this, but apparently Ruben Langdon is quite the researcher whenever it comes to the extraterrestrial UFOs and such. And he describes it as, ever wonder what it's like to... ever wonder if it's possible to teleport, to time travel, to fly in an anti-gravity flying saucer? Did you know that all of this is possible and been proven in mainstream science? What? What you may have thought was first just science fiction is now science fact. This is your chance to learn how this is being done and what we have to look forward to in the future.
Guys, I've never heard...
What a nerd!
Nerd!
I've never heard one of our VAs to give so many options.
Yes, and they're all different.
Super varies from genre to genre, and also very diverse, very opposite of each other almost.
You know?
Like, how to be a nerd?
Yeah.
How to be a different kind of nerd?
How to be a stunt nerd.
A stunt nerd. I like that. Stunt nerd.
What? A quick recap of all of the choices.
Okay.
Just Devil May Cry. Talk about Devil May Cry, maybe sneak peeks, all the games he's in, and then Resident Evil. Same deal. Talk about the motion capture, how he worked behind the scenes, CGI, and then Power Rangers, with the Sentai Power Rangers, how he was working as a stunt performer for a lot of the Power Rangers series. Then you want to see more intimate with him is Street Fighter with the real Ken Masters. So you're gonna be fighting with Ken and winning prizes, beating him.
That would might be kind of cool.
That'd be fun.
I might have to do that on the side.
Right?
With him.
I challenge you. Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
And then a little more Hollywood is stunt fighting for movies and television. So he talks more about action cinema, more like real
film,
life, how to get into it. And then how to otaku in Japan. So everything that you didn't know he knows about in Japan, he talks about it.
He is very versed in it, guys.
Yes.
So he's been there quite a bit.
Dojinshis, love hotels, cafe culture, cosplaying, otaku shopping. He knows a lot. He knows everything.
He knows
And
quite a
if
bit.
you're more of a science nerd, what is reality when science fiction becomes science fact?
Hey, Ruben here. Like 3 people in the audience
I'm
probably
just
got
reading
that.
some of the comments. Thank you guys for welcoming me so late. I really appreciate it. That I had such a crazy event, and I was informal, and it was for my niece, and so it was like a lot of work. Coming back here, I think I got here in 30 minutes from Friendswood.
Yeah, you think it was like, going to be late. We'll try fast. Go.
Go. Yeah.
Mm.
So anyway, guys, how do we choose? How do they choose for
We're
Ruben?
gonna read the comments. Just so like people can start spreading the word. This is what Ruben Langdon's offering, and then we can do a poll on the official group.
Yeah, we'll do a poll on the official group. We also, you guys can tweet to him, thanking him for all his options, guys.
7 options.
Great. There's so many options. I've never heard of it. Seriously,
he's got his own programming and stuff. He's
never before have I seen like a guest like actually give it to the audience to choose.
Like, what do you want to see?
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome to hear from the VAs like that. Usually we give them a couple.
We'll post a poll sometime this weekend, or maybe Monday once everyone's done for the weekend and can ease down and vote. Yeah. But for now, just think about it. Think of the choices. Even tweet to him and talk to him and kind of like ask for sneak peeks.
Yes.
Or hints of what's going to happen in the panel.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I think he's going to be very well versed in everything that he's going to talk about. So you got the right guy there to host a really awesome panel for you. So vote for that. Thank you, guys.
So Deneice,
yes,
you have something you want to tell everybody.
OMG! Are you guys ready for this? Because I don't know if you are. Now I think you guys already went over some of the amazing voices that we have coming.
We didn't go through all of them.
No, you haven't gone on all of them.
Not all of them, but we went through. We touched on Hentai Fest and the new ticketing policy and everything.
Okay, so the last live I did on a few days ago surprised you with a prequel to the announcement, and I'm gonna do that again. So we did Okamoto, right? So he's coming.
Yes.
Now this is on a different level. I don't know if many of you are big fans of Love Live.
Are you asking that question?
Yes, I am asking that question. Are you fans of Love Live?
I'm pretty sure.
You Nico need to take a hint.
Love Live, it actually started from manga. There was about 26 episodes. And they're based on idols. Of course, I actually, in Los Angeles at Anime Expo this past summer, last year, I went to the Love Live concert. It was pretty cool. And no, we're not doing a Love Live concert. Just getting out of that way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But
this is
pretty big, which is we are bringing a Japanese voice actress from Love Live, and her name is Aina Kusuda.
We're bringing Nozomi Tojo.
Yes, Nozomi Tojo from Love Live. And she's done some really popular things, However, that is one of her biggest roles. And she also sings some of the songs. And she's been on the Oricon charts, actually, with some of the actresses that play along with Love Live characters. So it is pretty big deal, and we are extremely excited to have her for the first time at Anime Matsuri 2019, and this is going to be announced, guys, not until tomorrow.
So you get the first.
So you get to you get to hear it first from me here, from us, and it's pretty exciting news. So it is crazy. Like, we never had this many Japanese voice actors and actresses be part of this. So it is crazy good. This is phenomenal year for us in terms of guest list, features and stuff. And this is just one of them. We have one more to go, but that's coming up. But let's talk about what she could possibly do at AM. Okay, she will be doing a panel, and I'm not sure if she can sing at AM, but maybe
ask her real nicely.
Who knows?
Maybe she is a great singer, and I can't do those idol pitches, but I would try. But no. And so she'll be doing a panel, and guys, you know how I told you it's very, very difficult to get autographs.
Extremely.
And even a session.
Absolutely.
One session would be a bonus, right, already. She's going to be doing 2 autograph sessions. So, yes. And we're going to be announcing that tomorrow. So it is pretty big deal.
Got them live stream exclusives.
Yeah, live stream exclusive right here. It is crazy good. Jason asked, will we be allowed to get a photo with her? I believe it's going to be autographs as of right now. I'm not sure about photo ops because we're still there. You know, even though she's a freelancer, she does have some guidelines that she goes by. So I apologize. I don't know that offhand, but I will confirm that for you for the future questions. But yes, that's still a big deal with, I mean, it's already difficult to get them to do something aside from their panel or Q&A session. And we're going to be posting also similar to Okamoto, like we're going to be asking you guys some questions, I guess a link to what kind of questions you're going to want to ask the actress or actor. And we will give you that link on the site for the schedule. And then what we're going to do is pick 10 people who have the best questions and guarantee you a spot in the panel to ask.
Absolutely.
And you get a prize, too, for doing that. Yeah.
You get your question answered and a prize? This is Christmas.
We need real questions.
Christmas in July.
Ask something silly.
No,
we a real question.
You get to, we get to select, I guess, the team.
So don't be like, what's your favorite color gumdrop?
That's not going to win, guys. That's not going to win. But... yeah, we get to choose, I guess, the 10 best questions, and then from there, you're able to attend the panel. You get to possibly meet her. That would be fantastic, and basically get your questions asked live, and then we also give you a prize for that. So it's a pretty cool scenario there. Amazing that she's gonna be doing 2 autograph sessions.
Orihime-chan is asking, how much are the autographs?
How much are the autographs? So similarly to Okamoto, it's going to be $50. $50.
That's not bad. No. Dude, some events you go to, you're paying like $120.
No, I've seen idol autographs in Japan at Akihabara for like ranging from $50 to like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, and that's resale.
Yeah, it's resale. So we're talking about more than $50. I mean, the lowest I've seen lately is about $100. $100 per autograph, and that's resale, like you said. So that's in Akihabara. So
like I've seen some Kyari Pamyu autographs go for like hundreds. I mean, like $500,
I think the most I've seen was $1,100. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And so it was like right there, autographed and framed and everything. And, people do that over there and people buy it. It's so valuable. So idols are huge in Japan, as you know, and to have it autographed is...
Dude, it's a rare opportunity.
Super rare.
It's
super rare.
When else in your entire life are you going to have the opportunity to get a autograph from a Love Live member? I mean... Yeah.
Serenity asks, how many signatures are we allowed to... Just one.
Yeah.
It's only one.
You can't buy one ticket and go there and show them 5 things. That's not how it works. You can't do that.
We they do limit their time with autograph during the autograph session because, I mean, as you can see, we have so many fans.
Yeah, there's a demand.
They can't...
Yeah. They're only human. They're human,
They sometimes want to interact with the fans for a few seconds too, and like 30 seconds or whatnot, and try to autograph at the same time, and but so they can't really do multiple autographs at the time. So please be understanding of their time too. It's really rare opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah. They usually, I mean, sometimes like in foreign events, they just don't do this.
They just appear.
Yeah.
And you get to do some snaps or something, but I've never
like a high touch or something.
Yeah, high touch. But seeing them having an autograph is pretty crazy. Waylon, is it Waylon? Waylon, you have a Love Live Nozomi Itasha card. What?
Dude, post that on our official group. I gotta see this.
Share it.
Would she be willing to sign the glove box tour?
If you remove it and
You know what?
I
don't see why not.
Yeah. Like remove the hand, remove it and carry it.
Remove the glove. That would
That'd
be
so freaking cool.
But I hope no one like touches that. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna put it back in your car?
Absolutely, put it back in the car, dude.
No, but then you can't really like
hide it until AM ends.
It's an autograph.
In a signed box.
It's so that would be interesting.
Dude, post that photo. I want to see your car.
I want
post it in the
to see
group.
that,
Waylon. Group, please.
That
I'll like your.
Show her your car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You need to bring maybe a picture of your car.
Dude, she'd love that.
Picture of your car. Oh my gosh. She's pretty popular. She's a pretty popular character.
I love Itasha's.
You think?
Yeah.
She has an Itasha car too.
I do.
Now.
If you're in the Houston area and see some Itashas, I'm one of the few.
You know what? I think Itasha cars was a phenomenon because of anime Matsuri. We started Reactor in 2008, and people really didn't notice Itashas until we brought it to the scene, and people started. Every year there was an add-on to things, and it was pretty cool to see.
That's why I got mine done. Our scout, the director of our car show, the Reactor car show, he was like, Jacob, when are we getting your car done?
Yes.
He was like, he finally talked me into it.
Oh my god!
And it was a pretty reasonable price too.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. As
he has Mega
as
Man, by the way.
Mega Man. So if you're driving around Houston, you see a Mega Man Itasha, holla at your boy.
So, Waylon, that is such a cool Itasha. That is fitting, fitting of this announcement. I'm so happy for you.
I think I saw a Nico one last year for Love Live. She's a pretty popular character, too.
She's very popular.
Yes. So, nerds know what is your autograph process for this year since it's so limited? So, we talked about this a little further. Thank you for that question, by the way. John and I were discussing this, and we're thinking of actually perhaps putting some of it online for guarantees. So to be guaranteed a spot. This way, I know some of you were like, it's not fair to those who can't, physically go in there right away. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So we want to we can't win with everybody's schedule or everyone's situations. However, we'll be doing our best to accommodate everybody as best as possible with the limited autograph session.
So there's going to be some online and then some you get to buy in person.
Yes.
Once Exhibit Hall opens?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So and we are going to limit also to some of it for Super Pass holders, a certain amount.
Yeah, of course.
For Super Pass holders, and then because to be honest, it's really not fair if you're gonna all the Super Pass holders would be getting
that
it.
Is smart.
Yeah.
If you guys were going in first. So what's gonna happen is this: we're gonna put some online. We're gonna put some aside for Super Pass holders. If you get it until a certain time, we free that up. And then it's going to be for the general to get autographs, to purchase the autograph session. Now, if you are a Super Pass holder and you didn't make that cut, for example, you still have to get in line for the general part. So we've done that in the past where it was some of it was just for Super Pass holders. And then from there, if it runs out for Super Pass holders, you have to get into the next line. Yeah, which is for the general attendees.
Okay. But I think it's good to have like a process for the Super Pass holders to get theirs, right? Because I mean,
yes,
that's why you get it, right? For a primo experience.
Yes, so that is what we're probably going to be doing. I'm going to confirm that probably for the next live, but that seems like the procedure we're going to incorporate from the past and from what we're trying to accommodate everyone for the future here. So it is very, difficult to make arrangements for everybody, and we apologize in advance. Like I said, this programming this year is so huge.
Dude, it's insane.
So that you can't be doing everything, and then we know that, and we also, but at the same time, we try to make a lot of people happy. So as many people as possible.
And we're evolving. We're growing.
Yeah.
Like exponentially. You know what I mean? Like we've reached critical mass at this point. And problems like these are only going to become more and more common.
I agree.
Right? So it's best that we set the precedent now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we hope to, I know that we can't make everyone happy, like I said, but we do try to accommodate your needs. These are all needs.
They're needs. Don't try to read. They're needs. I needs my autograph.
I needs my autograph.
It's a rare opportunity, dude.
I need to be in that panel.
It seems like so far,
here's Aina.
All the Japanese guys has autograph sessions.
Look at Aina, how cute she is. She's so kawaii. OMG. You see the picture?
No, I don't have a screen.
Well, I have the screen, and I'm staring at her right now. She's
I mean,
yeah.
Ooh,
cute.
Look at that. Would you look at it? Would you look at that?
Where are you looking at?
Right
Ia,
here.
over there. I'm looking at Ia over there.
But yes. Other questions? I don't have the other questions in front of me. I have her picture right here. So you let me know if there is a question.
Just to
confirm
that pretty much both sessions will be online and in person.
Yes.
Yes. So you can, I guess, if you are that hardcore fan, you can technically get one per each session if you can win it all.
Correct.
If you got what it takes, you can get both of them, you can.
Best of luck.
So autograph session 1, autograph session 2 for each of the actors.
It's possible.
Yes.
But I wish you luck.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Everyone does need that autograph.
Dude.
I need an autograph. I never get a personalized autograph anymore.
Right?
Everyone signs for Anime Matsuri, so it's for all of us.
They love us too, damn it.
That's mine too.
They love us too. They love staff too.
Yeah, it's more of for everyone that's behind the scenes, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Some of the gifts some of the gifts guests give us are pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's drinks. There's goodies.
No, I like Doug Jones'
They're so generous.
gift.
They're really nice.
I like Doug Jones' gift. That poster.
Oh, yes. We have a Shape of Water poster autograph for us.
It's up in HQ. It's framed and put up in HQ.
It's framed at the HQ. And he signed for John and I a DVD. So that was pretty cool.
Doug Jones. If you didn't see Doug Jones last year, go see him this year.
Please,
the guy's got a heart of gold.
Year. He, the hashtag Doug Hug.
Doug Hug.
I got it. I loved it.
Yes.
Made me feel safe and warm.
Brought back fun memories of my childhood.
And it really does, like, his hands are like his characters. It's from
like
the Labyrinth.
Oh, he was that eyeball monster in the Labyrinth, right? With the little eyes in the hands and everything like that. That thing emotionally scarred me. Mr. Jones, stop.
Mr.
Please.
Jones.
Oh God, no. La 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 la. But no, seriously, if you missed Doug last year, we were lucky enough to have him again this year. Go spend some time with him. He has got a heart of gold. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Person I've ever met.
He's a saint.
He adores his fans. You know, he really does.
And he looks in your eyes, and that's all that he's looking at.
And you're like, I see you, fish man.
I see you. I see you. So Sailor Lunar Eclipse. That's a funny name, by the way. Thank you so much for that. Will we be able to give the guests gifts during the autograph sessions? Unfortunately, not. We will. You can tell them that you got them a gift, and you can. We usually get that handed to the point of contact from the booth, the booth manager. So if you have a gift, you can definitely give it to the booth manager, and making sure to write your name on there and everything.
For safety.
Yeah.
Yes. You never know.
Yes, because they're actually a lot of the times, I guess maybe in Japan it happened where...
It does happen.
Happen.
There's a reason why these sort of things are so rare.
Yeah.
And that's just an unfortunate truth of the situation.
Yeah.
But like Deneice was saying, just give it to the booth manager, put your name on it, put the guest's name on it, and, we'll make sure it gets to them.
And of course, if it's safe, you don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll get to them. They just have to look through it first.
Yeah, so we can't have direct gift giving to the guests, and that goes for all guests.
Yeah.
I mean, even when Morning Musume was here in 2016, I know that there was a homemade banner from their fans, and we had to approve that first before it was handed to them.
And that sucks, like for us too, because like we know it comes from a good place, and we know like you guys are harmless, and we get it. We're fans too, but that's just the unfortunate reality of the day and age we live in.
Absolutely. So we do have to take security,
very seriously.
Very seriously, and just to another scale, and of things, especially nowadays. So unfortunately, you can't gift the guest,
directly. At least.
Yeah.
Indirectly, yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Just give it to the booth manager and put your name on it and their name on it, and we'll make sure it's not going to hurt the guest. And,
Absolutely. But we'll make sure that it gets to them if everything goes well.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Nerds Know, another question. Will the guests or AM have items for purchase that we can get signed? Like the B Project poster last year and stuff. We are working on that because some guests are creating their list for us if they're bringing things. We do have what our GR is working on is a hospitality writer for each of our guests, and they have to let us know what they're bringing first, so that we can input it in our system in order for you guys to know exactly what you're getting. So it's a work in progress right now in terms of the items or if they're bringing anything. So we don't know for sure yet. Yeah.
Like Doug last year at his booth, he had all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, I think she's specifically asking about like the seiyus, or the Japanese or international guests. Absolutely, the American guests will have their merchandise.
Because there's nothing for them to ship.
Yeah, so but the American guests, they have a list and they have to, provide our GR with that as well. But guests like Doug Jones who have their agency take care of everything like that, so we're not worried about that because he's also been here in the past. But newcomers, we definitely, if we're managing their booth for them or assisting their booth, then we need to have that list. And absolutely, international guests are one of those type of guests that need to let us know what it is if they're bringing it.
Yeah, which is why we need all the details now before we can release anything autograph related publicly.
Correct.
All the fine details.
Yeah, we don't know what guests are bringing yet or if they're bringing it.
Yeah, because each of them have their own different inventory. Like some might do pictures, some might do
or just of them and not of their things that they worked on even. So it could. Because they have so many roles, guys. They do so many different roles. They're singers, they're actor, they're in film. They're working on projects all the time.
Like we were just talking about Ruben. We had everything from science to voice acting.
So they have such a varied genre of things to that they work on, and it is incredible to note. I guess bring everything. It's just impossible to bring everything. So you can't imagine. So usually what they do is, if anything, they bring something of what they're working on presently, or what they're best known for, or just pictures of themselves, or posters of themselves, and that's usually the case. But we don't know for sure yet, so don't quote me on anything yet.
Depends on the guest.
Depends on the guest, absolutely. The other question that Nerds Know asked is, do you know when you'll be putting up autograph tickets online? Great question. We are supposed to put the tentative schedule up hopefully tomorrow.
Tentative.
And also we are going to be putting that probably early next week, the autograph sessions. And I might do a Sunday live to let you know for sure. Okay.
Well, you've been here the whole time. Nerds Know. Yeah. So you're always getting the news first.
Nerds Know.
Yeah.
Shout out. Looking
Thank
forward.
You
I
so
hope you do your
much.
Disney panel.
Oh my gosh, she's in Florida.
Really?
Yes, and
no
so
kidding.
She's an hour ahead of us.
Whoa.
So she's like, oh gosh, she's a late one. Okay.
So I'll shout her out. Why not? To those of you who are listening, go to Nerds Knows panels. Check them out. They do a fantastic Disney sing-along panel.
Oh
if
yeah,
they end up doing it again.
you didn't you attend?
I wanted to. I was busy.
You wanted to.
Yeah,
okay.
I was busy.
You gotta go, Deneice. You have to go in person.
I want to check it out. I want to check it out.
Nerds know I might be popping in. Okay, just saying.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram and I know the stuff that you do, so it's pretty cool to see it. I'll probably have to see it live in person.
Yeah. So, any questions about when is so and so gonna be online? When is it gonna be announced? The best bet is go to the lives.
Yeah,
The
lives
first.
is a sneak peek of things. I think we're one of the rare events that do this. I don't see any other convention doing lives like this and giving input to the fans like this. So believe me, we're doing already something different, and we're trying to give you as much information out there as possible before the convention, so that you guys spread the word and you guys are in the know, and that you guys are versed before you even arrive. So it's very important to share this information with others. So we really hope that the lives are great for input for you, but also good for everyone to know what exactly goes on at AM and why it's such a unique event, and also how do you navigate around.
Absolutely.
So it's such a huge convention center. We understand that, and we understand our programming is huge. Our featured guests are huge. So much to do, so much to shop.
So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with.
Yeah, exactly.
To the GRB. I don't know. I'll stop.
Oh, very good, Chico. That was very good.
Thank you. I'll be seeing myself out now before they murder me in the chat. Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, it's there's so much to do, so much to see, like you said, and and we want you to be in the know. Okay. Yes. It is. Yeah. So Orihime-chan is saying this is her third year coming to Anime Matsuri.
Nice.
Okay, I'm curious how many people out there have been to AM for more than 3 years.
Oh, we have a big question.
Yes,
from
big question.
Mai Katsuki. This is my first time going to AM and really excited. My question is autographs limited to other guests like Ruben, Mario, Vic, or just a Japanese VA?
Just the Japanese VAs.
So the other guests, they're there the whole time.
Yeah. So
go see them at their booths. Say hi.
They have those the other guests as you mentioned, like Ruben, Vic, Mario, and Doug, and more. We haven't announced. We'll also be at most of the time they're at their booth. If they're not at the booth, they're either preparing for their panel, in their panel, or whatnot.
Or at Whataburger.
We might have to bring it to them. But yeah, we're taking a break. Yeah. So either way, most of the time, the domestic, I want to say, or North American actors are usually at their booth. Yeah. International guests.
That's where they make money, right?
Yes. The international guests, VAs at least, do have, specified times. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because domestic VAs, they can more readily communicate with fans, and everything like that, and it just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely, absolutely. They're more versed in conventions.
Yeah, that's
going to conventions.
American conventions.
Yeah, American conventions and learning, how to interact with the fans. They're much more.
Yeah, for guys like Vic Mignogna, this is like another week for them. They do this all the time. So
yeah, it's very very. Easygoing for those actors, yeah.
Orihime-chan is also a first-time Super Pass.
Hey, Super Pass! Get a little cape on the back.
That's gonna be my new thing. Super Pass.
Whoa! Thank you, by the way. That's awesome.
And does she have a question about it? Oh, she just comment. Oh, that's so cool.
It's worth it. In my opinion.
First time Super Pass.
For sure.
Guys, we have up our level on Super Pass holders this year.
We have a whole lounge.
We have you with the RFID chip, right? You have a Super Pass lounge in Hall E of Shibuya Crossing Center. And then you also have exclusive stuff.
Yeah, early line access to most events.
Just everything.
For some events
priority,
like EA,
priority, Club AM.
Or for like EA, you get if you get Super Pass and an EA ticket,
right.
you get like exclusives.
Yes. So if you bought Super Pass or if you bought a ticket to EA, you get a light stick too. It's just so
all
many.
kinds of perks.
And you get your own badge, your own lanyard, your own goodie bag.
Yeah, the art and everything looks different.
It's totally different than everyone else's. And all this we didn't really increase the price from last year.
Really?
Yeah. So it is much more valuable.
Moving on up.
Yeah, moving on up. But so Super Pass holders, super lucky.
Then we have some questions asking.
Yes.
Does the manga, the artist, I know her name. I gotta find her name.
Sanazaki?
Yeah, Sanazaki and Wataru Hatano. Do they get autograph sessions too?
Is that the Wataru Hatano? That's a good question. Yeah. Because I don't think they do.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yuri?
Yeah.
You're nice? No.
I don't know for sure.
Okay, so it's not confirmed. We don't know yet. It's not confirmed. Okay, so there's a chance.
But I know there's panel.
Okay.
There's definitely panel. And maybe, maybe.
We'll try to confirm that.
Yeah, thank you for the question.
Thank you. In fact, I'll write that down right now.
Yeah, please. OMG.
And people are asking
Carvin 5th year. Thank you.
Where is the autograph ticket sold for Japanese voice actors?
Okay. At the convention,
yes.
I'm guessing.
Or which hall?
Okay, Hall E. Hall E is behind Shibuya Crossing.
So the far right of the convention.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're facing the convention center. It goes from A through E. So your side, A through E, because I'm going reverse. It's the one nearest to Hilton Americas, our hotel. So Hall E, and it's in the back of Hall E, where the autograph sessions for the international guests are. Yeah.
It's pretty much the far right.
Far right of the convention center.
Which makes sense. Shibuya Crossing.
Yeah, Shibuya Crossing.
International voice actors.
Yes.
It's where the initial D and everything was last year, right? The arcade games?
No.
The arcade game.
On
the opposite side. Oh, yeah, that's A. E, okay.
Yeah, so
I gotcha.
This is where the reactor car show is. It's all behind that. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay,
so
what else?
Find Shibuya Crossing and you'll be close.
Yes. You see the cars. You see the Nozomu car. It'll be nearby.
When you see the Mega Man car, you're there.
Oh, your car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, several cars that are going to be all dolled up.
Parked in the street. Signal.
Tabitha Cosplayer has been coming down from Chicago
the Windy
to
City.
attend. Wow, thank you so much.
I hope you have a good time in Texas. It's a good degree hotter here.
I mentioned it before, but maybe some of you have missed. We had 26 different countries attend Anime Matsuri last year.
Nice. Very nice.
So I'm thinking there probably going to be more this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our event is, 2 months later than it usually is, right?
Yes.
So we're going to have a big crowd this year. That's 2 months of additional badge sales. That's 2 months,
It's summer. When everyone's out of school.
Right? So that's going to have a significant impact.
Or at least in North America, they're out of school. I don't know about Japan.
So I don't know. More people can make it. No more skipping school. Yeah. I know there's some of you out there that skip school.
I know several families that they're planning on coming. Then they said that I get to bring the kids too this time. Yeah. Or they'll sometimes... It's just they're either dropping the kids off or they had to, find replacements and stuff like that. But
so it was kind of a blessing in disguise,
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first had to move the dates, we're like, oh man, I don't know how the attendees are going to react to this. And I was a little worried. But when you weigh out the pros and cons and everything, I'm like, okay, well, this can work.
More pros.
Yeah, this can work.
A lot more pros because we get to work on the convention longer too.
yeah, there's more time for planning.
Oh boy!
So this is why we have such awesome programming this year.
This year definitely. Yeah. We had more time. We were able to get the ball rolling a lot earlier.
So the change ended up being good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks to Harvey.
No, don't say that.
For those of you who aren't aware, we changed our dates because our dates were changed. We didn't change them. Yeah. There was a big hurricane last year in Texas.
No, 2017.
In 2017.
Wow,
2017,
I know, it's been
and
a year and a half.
all of the events got pushed forward.
Yeah.
So the events that were supposed to be taking place during Hurricane Harvey didn't get canceled. They just got moved forward, and so did everybody else.
There are other conventions and events that use the GRB. It's not just AM. So, and then some of them get first dibs pick dates. So we had to wait, right?
Yeah. So it was a little tricky, and mind you, it ended up being a blessing in disguise. So it's great that we have the summer, and we might be sticking to the summer, guys.
Yeah, we might be June again next year. Who knows?
I mean, from this rate, if we go back to January or March again, that's like 10 months. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, we're cutting 2 months of our scheduling time.
Yeah,
my department will riot. Special projects will have ticket signs.
It's cutting shorter for us to plan and
if you like the guests now, give us some time. We can make it better.
At the end of the day, it's all about you guys, and if we have more time for planning, the caliber that we can bring is better.
Yes.
Which I think shows for this year.
Jeebus asks, when will panelists be given discounts for badges for contributing to programming? Actually, it depends on each panelist. So our programming department manages that question. So if you want to, I believe it's panels@animematsuri.com. So if you want to ask that question, I believe you have to have a certain number of years, and if depends on how your panel went and whatnot.
Like good
they keep track of all that.
There's different reviews for it and whatnot.
How many years you've been with AM? Of course, if you're a first timer, I don't think you will get that discount because we don't know, or they don't know what to judge you on.
Right.
Because there's some people that don't show up or cancel.
We're trying to do away with that. So a lot of people, we want to make sure that you're contributing your side of it as well.
Yeah. It's about building a relationship, building trust, and everything. And that department handles all of that. They keep track of all that. They have their charts and Excel documents with all these panelists' names.
Yeah. So I can't, on top of my head, I don't know. It really depends on each panelist or group of panelists that are hosting and what you've done in the past, your experience and all that. So definitely email panels@animematsuri.com if that's the question.
Yeah, email the right department.
Right,
They'll definitely know more about this. We don't want to give you...
Yeah.
If you have a question about Maiden Butler Cafe.
Oh, yes.
I was told before I came in by Non, who's our registration coordinator as well, someone asked in the live about upgrading their pass, if it's possible to upgrade. And I want to answer that right now. Unfortunately, you cannot upgrade at this time. So you can, if anything, you can transfer if it's a certain time frame, and after that you can't do anything with it, so you either have to give it your badge away. I think people are asking about the Super Pass upgrade to Super Pass.
Yeah, it's on the website with the whole policy.
Yes,
but pretty much I saw Natalie with registration answer some people about how to transfer.
Okay,
there actually isn't very much a time limit.
Okay,
the time limit is for refunds, but the time limit to transfer, as long as of course it's not like AM weekend or something like that, you can transfer your badges. Yeah,
I think it's up until a certain day.
You can't pass May, like sometime in May. But
that's
it's on
what
the
I'm
website.
saying.
Yeah.
So I believe it's up to 30 days before AM that you can transfer. So, but the policies are on the website, and there's a link to it as well.
Eventbrite, scroll down to the bottom. It says everything of how to transfer, refund, all that stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay. So there you go. So you can't upgrade, but you can absolutely transfer and then buy the Super Pass if you like.
If you get a good price, right?
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Yes.
I had an autograph-related question from Highland Jess. They're asking, where do you buy the autographs? Do you have to go to their table, or is there a kiosk to buy the ticket first and then go to them?
So there's so many different guests that have autographs. Okay, even guests that that are part of a booth sometimes that we're not aware of. Like, let's say they have, I've heard this happen before, where there's a guest that's also part of a booth that a vendor brought. So you see, like a popular artist,
kind of thing,
it's a licensing kind of thing. So if a company brings that guest, we don't know. Like, this is not our guest. In terms of like official Anime Matsuri guests.
Like last year we had that Poppy. out front.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She had a concert. I had no idea. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled she was there. I love her work.
Yeah. It was out of nowhere.
But I was like, I know this song. And I go outside, I was like, oh, that Poppy is having a concert in front of the GRB during her event. Awesome!
And then she attended AM and she was like super happy like to see it. But yeah, we sometimes we don't have official guests that are listed because they might be at someone's booth or just attending on their own. And we unfortunately we don't allow that outside the exhibit hall in terms of it has to be part of the booth or whatnot. But those type of guests, I don't know. Okay. The other guests that have their booth are what we mentioned earlier, are usually domestic guests or like Mario Castañeda. He has a booth, official booth that it's there all weekend.
Because that's really where they make their money.
Yeah, so they have a booth there, and that's in Hall E. Like it's between E and D, exact location if that's what you're asking. And then the international guests, like the seiyus, Japanese voices, they have it at the kiosks. So those are the ones that we have a designated area for. So for international guests. Kucherek Spindo, for example, they have their own booth.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're going to have their own booth. So when they're, like for example, if you don't know who Kucherek Spin is, it's their 10th anniversary. They are one of our J-Rock bands.
10 years.
10 years.
Dude, those girls put in some work. They are hardworking.
So they don't have a kiosk necessarily. They're going to be at their booth after or before their concert.
Which this is like, their third or fourth appearance with AM, right?
This is third.
Third
Appearance.
The third time. So they know how it goes. They've been with us for a few times. So
this is their second time, I think, that they have a booth.
Because they had a booth next to Color Point and all that last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is they will have a booth. So it really depends. When we have that list, guys, that we have, you're gonna see who has what list, like where their booth is
on the tentative schedule. I put emphasis on tentative.
We have a streamlined questions. I'm just gonna
go
throw
ahead.
them at you. Okay, so
lightning round.
Orihime-chan asks, why would Harvey affect this year but not last year?
Oh, because last year was already set in stone.
Yeah, it was contract was signed.
Events planner are way ahead.
Yeah, So and also they didn't need the dates last year.
Yeah.
It had to. There's certain events that were set in stone that we couldn't move.
From other companies.
Yeah, the convention center could not move.
Yep.
So the ones that they were asking nicely of us, if it's possible for us to move, then we accepted.
Yep.
Yeah. So just letting you know, like it wasn't forced, but we only had two options.
January or
it was either like
we're
early,
not doing January.
It was either January, guys, or June.
Heck no. That was scary when you asked us the first time.
Oh, I remember that staff meeting.
Oh my god.
Okay,
that was like
those dates are. I mean, if we had in January, we would not be giving you the type of lineup that we have.
We would not have enough time.
That was like 4 months ago.
Okay.
January.
Next question. Are all autographs limited? From Daniel.
Sorry?
Are all autographs limited? From Daniel Ruiz.
Oh, not all autographs are limited. I mean, the guests that have their own booths, they're not limited.
Yeah, like for Mr. Castañeda, if you go see Mario Castañeda and you wanted to sign something, and you buy 12 things at his booth, and yeah, I'm sure if you pay for it, he'll sign all 12 of them.
Absolutely. So no, there's no limit.
I
think
for
Doug,
domestic guests.
Yeah, for domestic guests. For like Doug, he had like a whole wall of things.
He had a booth's worth of stuff.
Like he
was ready.
He was super ready for you guys, and because he's such a phenomenon in the film industry, also. So he has done so many works, and like you can literally pick anything you want.
Oh yeah, dude! Star Trek, Pan's Labyrinth,
you
Shape
can do
of Water.
multiple of those too. So he was ready for you guys. So no, there was certain guests. There were no limit.
Or Hima-chan asks, will there be any kind of accommodation for handicapped people, or would you have to do that on your own?
Yeah, so I believe I answered this question in our official group. thank you for that question, because we do want to accommodate any ADA guests or attendees and whatnot. So if you are disabled and you need access to the front of the line to get in, to avoid craziness, we do allow that. Super pass, and it goes by the type of pass that you have. So if you're a super pass holder and you're disabled, you get to go before all other super pass holders. If you are a general attendee badge holder and you are disabled, you go in front of the line of all the other general attendees badge holders.
Yeah. Right. So say hypothetically they're a 3-day badge holder, they still have to wait for all the super pass to go in and then be the first of the 3-day badge to go in. Okay.
Absolutely. And mind you, we don't have like thousands of super pass holders.
Right.
It's super limited. I believe 500 or 600. That's it. Yeah.
Next question. Would autograph tickets be acquired the same day the guest is signing? So say they come in to buy on Friday, but there's sessions on Saturday. Can they do that, or it has to be on Saturday only? Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if they have something... Wait, they...
Well, for the Japanese guests, it's going to be whenever their signing is.
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
Whenever whatever time their signing is scheduled.
Yeah.
So if you buy a ticket on Thursday, you're just going to have to wait for the signing of the ticket that you bought, right?
They're asking if they want to buy in person instead of online.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It has to be that day of.
Okay, so the day of. So you can come in that morning, buy that ticket, and then come back at the session.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hope that answers your question.
I'm going to double check, though. I see what you're saying. Let's say the autograph session is on Friday. There's an autograph session on Friday, and there's an autograph session on Saturday. And you want to buy both autographs. I don't think it's limited to one person. Like one ticket. You can't buy both passes like at the same time. So let's say there's 2 autograph sessions and you come in person, you got a chance to get to the kiosk and you want to buy for both Friday and Saturday. You can't do that. You can only buy one.
What if
and then if you want to get a second one, you have to go back in line.
Oh, but then say online,
yes.
Are you able to buy one of each session? Is that possible still? Because that might be confusing. So in person, you can't buy both tickets at the same time. But what about online?
That's why we're going to figure out if we're going to limit it for just one session online versus both.
Oh, okay.
You see? So if it's 2 separate days, 2 separate times, all that, we might just limit it to until to one. Once that's sold out, maybe we'll open the next one.
So X amount of online tickets.
Exactly. That's what I mean by limited, guys.
Because we want everybody to get the chance to really experience this.
Yeah. So
we appreciate the enthusiasm.
Yeah. So once it's sold for one session, probably the next one's going to be open. Yeah.
Also, both are not going to show up.
No.
Okay, so it's possible to get to, but you have to wait until the next one.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yes.
Or maybe we don't even have the second one up. So it really depends on how many are going to be sold online.
Nurse Note asks, will you have all their autograph prices posted online prior to the event?
Yes. Yes,
so you should know before then what kind of stuff they're selling, how much.
So no, autographs for international, like for our Japanese guest guys, you'll know that's the price. That's the price for the autograph session.
Yeah, we just said $50, right?
Yeah, $50
for that was for Okamoto.
Yes,
Bakugo
and Kusuda.
But for the domestic guests.
Yeah, for the domestic guests. Sometimes we don't get that until the day
it's whatever pricing that they decide. They set their pricing on that.
Correct. We just need to know for input into our system. If we have that list, like I know some guests, if they have, let's say Vic, okay, he has like 30 different items. We will get that list. We will definitely try our best to put that up for you guys as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can do your not online shopping, but make your list online, go through, make a clean sweep of the exhibit hall and save some time. Ideally, that's the situation. Unfortunately, we are at the mercy of when we get that
information, and what kind of information is listed too.
Because we have to get that info, we have to input it into a Square system and get pricings individual laid out and everything.
Inventory.
We have to inventory everything for the guests. And then even though they give that list to us, let's say when they arrive, they forgot it. I don't know. I'm just giving a scenario. I'm just like, what if their luggage got lost?
Yeah. Or like,
or it didn't arrive.
Anymore,
they can ship it to us, but sometimes they don't want to do that either, because,
understandably.
So anyway, we have to inventory that also when they come. So even though we get the list, we might not be able to show you because
a lot goes into it. It really is.
These are a lot of details.
I know from the outside it looks like we just like invite a guest, have them come over, put them in a booth, and no, I mean a lot of work goes on behind the scenes.
So there's no promises about.
So if you can try to at least understand from our point of view, it is very tricky to get the things that are listed, out there for you, because it is super rare that the guests will have it.
And sometimes they might not even be physical items. Like I've seen some guests charge like $5 for a voice line.
Exactly.
Like how do you inventory that? You can only say it's morphin time 6 times, Ruben. That's all you get.
So that's the best I can say for that. We will try our best, but it doesn't even guarantee it.
Because they might change it the day of, or they might add more.
Or they might forget a box of T-shirts, or you don't know.
And then we have to not list that.
Right. Take it out of the inventory.
Yes.
Highland Jess asks, is the kiosk inside the vendor's hall? For autographs?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
so
it is.
If you're a SIP pass holder, you can go in early.
Yeah, you can't. This is why we have autographs in our exhibit hall, because you cannot. You can't have public access to that.
No, you have to have a badge.
Yeah, you have to have an Anime Matsuri badge. So in order to create that experience for our fans, you have to actually go through the door to get your badge checked to make sure that it's we're accommodating you.
And if you're a Super Pass holder, you get early access to the exhibit hall.
Yes, the exhibit hall opens 30 minutes.
You make a beeline to that kiosk.
For Super Pass holders, you get 30 minutes before everyone else. But then again, these are huge halls. So 30 minutes may not be a lot of time.
It takes me 15. No. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes to walk from 80
And no, we're not extending that 30 minutes, guys. Because you got thousands of people waiting to get in there. So you got to really scramble. Yeah.
Okay, Serenity's Otaku Life.
Yes.
We have answered this question earlier. Will you be making a chart or a huge list of autographs? Like how much would ticket are for each guest? What time and location? We have answered this already.
Yes. So yes.
Yeah. I mean, for international guests, Japanese guests, $50. We already said that. Domestic guests, it depends. Time and location, all on the schedule and on the map. It's going to be posted when it's ready. We can't post it now because it's not ready. When is the schedule going to be on the page? Tentative. In a few days for the first draft.
When we do put out our schedule,
we're gonna blast it. We're gonna tell everyone.
We're gonna you'll know. We'll be DMing your grandmother. I mean they'll know. They'll know. We won't be DMing your grandmother.
I mean, when we announce the guests, it's everywhere. So when we announce the schedule or announce pricing or announce location of anything, we'll blast it. We're not gonna hide it.
Smash that subscribe button to stay notified.
If it hasn't been anywhere, if we haven't shared it yet, then it's not ready to share.
Destroy that notification.
I gotta emphasize this, because we're seeing the same questions, people. The same questions. I'm sorry.
But we do appreciate, you guys chatting with us. But... We talk a lot, though.
That's not very Moe of you.
I'm sorry. I answered again. But we can't answer some of these because it's not ready.
Oh my gosh, it's Nerd Snow's birthday that weekend.
What? Happy birthday.
No, at AM.
Happy early birthday.
That's fine too.
Oh, cool. It's very, there's going to be a lot of birthdays. Some of the guests' birthdays as well.
What? They're working on their birthday?
I don't know if it's on their birthday, but it's their birthday month.
That's like a 1 in 12 chance. Yeah. I'll let that slide.
Okay. That math.
Quick maths. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3.
Spend their birthday month. It's getting to that time. Nerds know. Since Hatsuno is up in the air for autographs, will Sasaki-san be signing? Yes, Sasaki does have autograph sessions.
Mm.
He will have it. The only ones that we're not sure about is Hatsuno.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
What is her name? Sanazaki.
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 Yeah. Which, I'm really glad you mentioned Mr. Sasaki. This guy, I mean, what's more prolific than Akira? And what character is more prolific than Tetsuo?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, this opportunity is... Like, I want one, and I know I'm going to be too busy during the event. I'm going to be setting up lights for ER.
Even though, they work their butts off, the staff here, we sometimes don't get autographs.
Oh, no. No.
We don't get what you guys
much
get.
Too busy.
Just saying.
With our departments and everything like that?
All my 3 years, the only thing I got was a picture with Doug. That was by chance.
Well, especially when you speak Japanese, man, because you're getting, like, lines from guests just like, hey, can, what do you recommend for this? What do you recommend? I'm like,
Because our staff is huge, too.
Oh, yeah. This year, our staff, how many people do we have, like, volunteers and staff combined this year? It's like...
I think it's close to 700. It's going to be about 700.
100 people.
Yeah.
We got Nami.
Can you imagine the guests signing for a staff? No.
Guests
that's not
signing for all staff, 700 autographs.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed. It's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that, to be honest. I mean, I don't do it for the perks. I do it because I want to bring something cool to Houston and for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's that.
I mean, the perk is that we know who's coming before everyone else. So we can plan accordingly to get to that person. Mm-hmm. But of course, we can't do it with everyone.
We get really lucky that several of the guests bring all of us gifts sometimes.
Oh yeah, they're super nice people. I mean, I've never had a bad guest experience in my history as AM staff. Everyone I've met has been really nice and really cordial and everything. So I've been extremely fortunate.
We might have to continue the guest discussion. We have a huge lineup. I mean, we
have more to come.
Yeah. This is not even the beginning of the end.
What else have you discussed already? And if we want to discuss more?
So we discussed our reasoning behind charging $5 for Hentai Fest tickets.
Yes.
Less
rowdiness, more organized, and you bringing the real perverts.
Guaranteed a seat.
Yeah, you're guaranteed. We only have X number of seats, guys. You know, and like we were saying earlier, we could just say you'll reserve a ticket for free and everything, but that $5 and that monetary value, it really you would want to go. Mm-hmm. You know, we're not gonna have, because if we made it free, we'd have some guy go in there and reserve like 5 seats and not even show up, and that's 5 seats for people who might have wanted to really go. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
Exactly. And again, this is something that we've never done before in that sense. So it is, we want to make it affordable.
Yeah. I mean, $5.
It's only additional $5. And so it's...
And the guest we have...
It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Wait for that announcement and you'll understand. Which, from what I understand, we've already, even without announcing, we've already sold a considerable number of Hentai tickets.
And everyone knows.
I'm very shocked at how
the right people, people that knows who she is already. Hats off to you guys. I
don't even partake in it.
Really?
I don't even partake, but I know who it is.
You know it's a she?
Oh, I'm sorry. She, he? I should not assume gender.
It's 2019. You shouldn't assume gender.
I'm sorry.
Check the Twitter bio.
I shouldn't assume their gender. They might... Okay. It's getting late. It's about that hour. But I'm just saying, if you know who they are.
I know who they are, and I don't even partake. So
they're very famous. Ooh. Even if you're not into that scene, people know who they are.
Yes.
This
okay.
Enigma.
Who else did you discuss?
We discussed that stuff with Ruben. We discussed a lot of the guests' work, like what Miss Sanazaki does, what Richard Dorton, Jason Laz, TJ Storr, and Alan Maxon, what those guys do with Godzilla.
Oh God, Godzilla!
Yeah.
Talk about the movie coming up, the teasers,
yes, super crazy.
The video.
That teaser is.
Did you see the 5-minute one?
I have not seen the 5-minute one.
Me either. I don't know if I want to or not.
I don't know.
It's like 5 minutes is long.
It is very long. I don't know if I want to. Like some of our staff don't want to because we don't want to spoil it. Yeah.
But I am really excited about the Godzilla King of the Monsters this time around because it's really going to the core of what Godzilla is.
Yes.
Godzilla as a protector of Earth. not like a destroyer of cities like American adaptations have kind of explained in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
But because how I know this is because in the trailer he said like, so we're gonna make Godzilla our pet, and the Japanese gentleman says, no, we will be his. Which in the Japanese movies, that is the case.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Godzilla is protecting Earth from Rodan and protecting
God.
Earth from... Yeah. Which he's not king of the kaijus, in my opinion. King Ghidorah is king of the kaijus, but...
Ooh, debates.
I don't know, man. I mean, we got Jason, Allen, and Richard coming, so I got to.
And TJ Storm.
I know, but that's 3-on-1. I know TJ's a big guy.
TJ is pretty buff.
Oh, yeah. TJ's done a lot of other work too. You know, Richard Dorton has done. He's the left head of Ghidorah, but he also did motion capture in Alien Descent. He did motion capture in the games Left 4 Dead and Uncharted and God of War. I mean, these guys have done way more stuff. Do your research on these guys because you may be a fan and not even know it.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
I remember his quote was, "If you kill me in video games, you killed me."
Yeah.
If you killed any monsters, you killed me.
Yeah, if you've killed any monster in video games,
so that's a huge list.
Yeah, I mean, he's
monsters.
done
any bad guy or random zombie or creature you probably killed Richard.
Or Jason Lyles, he did mocap for Ryuk in the live action adaptation, the Netflix adaptation of Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He did the motion capture. I think it was the guy that did Green Goblin. He did the voice. I forget his name. It slipped away from me. It was a perfect casting though. The voice.
I mean, these guys are professionals, so they have huge resumes.
Whether you like the Death Note live action adaptation for Netflix or not, we can agree on one thing, that Ryuk was very well done, I think.
That's true.
Ryuk was very, very well done.
I totally agree. And he kind of looks like Ryuk in a sense, his long neck. And...
I don't think Light Turner, who is Light Turner? Don't get me started on Light, because I'm going to get on Akira and Neo Chicago or Neo Manhattan. Oh, God, no.
We're going to touch on maybe music.
Music.
Yes. It needs its own live, just on music, when we announce all the music acts.
Because we're not done yet.
We are not.
You thought Nervo was the end?
Done.
Are you tripping?
Oh my God.
Nervo is not the end.
Midnight Jacob.
It's late, guys. I apologize.
We have some more questions.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Since Superpass gets in 30 minutes or early, would their numbers be limited for the in-person kiosk autographs thing?
Yes. We did answer that. Thank you for that question.
So it's all limited.
Yes, limited.
So Superpass holders can't buy everything.
Right, correct. Because there are several hundreds of you, and there's only 150 autographs per guest, pretty much. Yeah, for the Japanese VA.
And then, for the Q&A for the Japanese voice actors, would it be free or an extra charge for the panels?
Oh, it's covered in your Anime Matsuri badge.
Yay!
So, first come, first serve. Yes, until the panel room is filled. So Super Pass holders, of course, you get priority. And after a certain time, though, I believe it's after 15 minutes from when the panel starts, and there's Super Pass holders didn't get seated, or maybe they didn't arrive. Then we will open it up for general attendees to take the Super Pass seats.
We got a lot included in our badge this year. You get Nervo included in your badge this year.
That's a treat.
It's crazy.
Are you kidding me? Nervo's playing at Disneyland Paris with Steve Aoki coming up.
For hundreds of dollars.
I mean, and you can see him here for the price of a badge.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I remember last year that was a big mix-up of people worried that it's going to be a charge for Club AM.
Yeah.
So
I was reading stuff like that. I even saw some posts like, oh, they charge for Club AM, and it's not. I was like, we've never charged for Club AM. I don't know what you're talking about.
And still not going to. So
no.
I think the confusion is that people bought single-day passes just to go into Club AM. That has happened.
Yeah.
But we've never charged for Club AM.
I anticipate in the future there will be people coming to Club AM as its own
event
thing. I mean, because we've got Nervo. Nervo, Unomi, and Made Monster, they can stand on their own.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I agree.
I mean, that's an EDM festival in its own. That's... I mean, you could easily pay $120 for the same show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've seen their pricing just to get in starts at $60.
Yeah.
Just for that.
And this is included in your badge, so.
Yeah. So. Okay. What else was there?
That is it for now.
Oh my gosh, guys. So it is nearly midnight. we were going to talk about all the guests, but we just don't have the time.
Yeah,
there is a lot.
And we haven't even finished announcing. Oh,
we're not done now. So we are going to finish this.
Actually, there was one question that I forgot to ask.
Okay.
They were asking about Thursday's concert.
Oh.
Any kind of hints or something
But that's
like
a doozy.
No.
No hints.
Okay.
No hints.
No, I'm not going to give any hints. I'm not going to give any hints. Just have to wait. I'm sorry.
It's worth it. You buy the full weekend badge. There you
Oh.
go. There you go.
Like, I understand your reservations because a full weekend badge versus a one-day badge, maybe you're just going for Club AM, but if it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, I understand if you want to wait until after we announce it, and that's fine, but it's worth it.
Okay,
sure.
So I just want to say this about the Thursday concert. You have to have a weekend pass.
Yeah, there's no one-day pass for Thursday.
There's no one-day passes for Thursday because Thursday is technically not a full day.
Yeah, it's day zero. We like to call it.
It used to be a day zero. It's day one, but because of the type of programming that we have, it's not full blown.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to
have someone pay full price for a one-day badge for limited programming.
Right, limited programming. So even though, I mean, we consider it day one because there's going to be a lot of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's meetups,
but not nearly as much as Saturday.
Right, exactly. It's probably like a quarter of what Saturday is like. You know.
But the Thursday guest is, I would say it's safely one of our larger announcements.
Definitely the top.
Definitely in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Top 5 for sure.
No one's gonna believe it. I don't even believe it.
Well, nobody believed Nervo. Everyone was like, that's got to be an April Fool's prank.
There are still shares about Nervo that I've seen that they're questioning if this is real.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if they didn't believe Nervo, they're definitely not going to believe Thursday.
So, just saying, guys, it's a lot of guests that we still haven't fully announced and also talk about. So we're going to do a second segment on just a music guest for next one. How about that?
How about that? How about them apples? I like Granny Smith.
Are we having any fashion guests? No, we don't have any fashion guests this year, but we do have a fashion show, and some of the guests the reason why is that we had a toss up on who we're gonna bring and what kind of budget we want to work towards, where we want to allocate our funds. Allocate our budget. So we want to invest in new things for now. I know
we do have a lot of new things.
We have a lot of new things, and so we had to limit some of the things that we've done in the past for several years. So the fashion show is still a big phenomenon, so we're still keeping it.
They've been practicing hard.
Yes. Every Sunday for the past 2 months.
Those models are putting in work. They really are.
We're just saying that it's still happening, but we're not specifically bringing guests for fashion show this year.
I mean, there's be some guests in the fashion show.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of our guests are in the fashion show.
Which is very unique.
Very unique.
For sure.
Sure. Some of the guests you wouldn't think that would be in it, it's going to be in it. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Yeah. And that's not to say it's not going to be a spectacle. It's definitely going to be a spectacle. If you've ever been to an AM fashion show, you'll know it's got lights and sounds and pyrotechnics and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And it's still got all that. So no worries there. We haven't cut it by any stretch.
Question from Movies and Stuff. Aaron Matsuri just want to know if there are any Sailor Moon events this year. There's no Sailor Moon events this year.
Not this year.
Not this year.
We don't want to play the same thing every year. You know, we had the Sailor Moon store for 2 years in a row. We had the
Sailor Moon. But the thing is, guys, again, it's all about the allocation of the budget and whatnot. But also the production this year. Mm-hmm. We can't change out sceneries
fast enough.
So like I explained about when we announced Nervo production and requirements, the tech writer and the amount of time that needs that they're needed.
Oh, that's a lot
for the production is pretty much 10 hours.
Yeah. And our conundrum is like we have the stage upstairs and the stage downstairs, right? That's it. 2 stages. And we've got Lady Baby.
Technically, we have 3 stages.
Are we using
General Assembly?
Oh, General Assembly, yeah.
So
but for like concerts.
Yeah, for concerts.
For concert stages, we have upstairs and downstairs, right? And we have IA, which has a lot of specialized equipment, right? We have like specialized projection equipment and server racks to run all these things at once, and software's running everything. So there's that. At the same time, not at the same time frame, but we also have a J-Rock concert, right? So we have a Lady
Totally different setup.
Yeah. Totally, completely different, right? So we have to get all this stuff and all this special equipment broke down and all this other stuff set up, right? And then we have Made Monster.
Club AM, yeah.
Club AM with Nervo and everything like that. At the same time, we have the Nerdlesque going on. We have the fashion show, cosplay contest, and we've only got 2 stages, so setup time and breakdown times are kind of bumping into each other, if you know what I mean. So we have to play it very carefully. Very careful. We're recycling. We're trying to make it as modular as possible. Recycle as much equipment as possible. By the way, Nervo's Tech Rider is getting us a lot of really, really awesome equipment. So Club AM this year is going to be pretty litty.
We've never seen an extensive rider like this, and it's pages and pages upon pages. And so it is the most outlandish that we've ever done in producing a music. I want to say even a concert, So it is very crazy, and this is why we were able to add on the production for other things, So just letting you know, because of Nervo, thanks to Nervo.
Because of Nervo.
Yes, that thanks to Nervo that we are able to bring a lot of cool equipment.
Oh yeah, for other shows.
For other shows that we're doing.
Look, the lights.
Because it's not their equipment. I mean, they just tell us we're going to need X, Y, and Z, and we facilitate that. So we can use it for whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We still have for Moonies out there that are really. We've been pretty much a Sailor Moon event like for the past couple years.
Oh yeah, we had the live show, and we had the store.
We had the tea party. So
it was a good run. I mean,
we're not saying it's not going to happen in the future.
We're still very good partners with Kodansha.
Yeah, we are still hopeful of what's to come.
If anything, we have more time to plan for the better. For 2020.
But it's just because of the fact that we have very extensive production line this year.
I mean, because we have some stores we haven't announced yet, right? And we have the Otomate store, and we have K-Books, and we have like all this other stuff. Yaoi, and like we have all these special, not to mention the AM booth and
then IA booth.
The IA,
I don't know. I think I did mention that. Their IA booth is inside the AM booth, and it's also interactive, so there's all kinds of things that are new and that we are helping provide and collaborating with these companies and partners. So.
And have the Sailor Moon store again on top of all that.
It's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Because we have to build all the stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, we build our own store.
Yeah, no, we build it. And when I say build it, I don't mean like we go and erect it. Like, no, it's me and my buddy Phil in a wood shop with sanders and glue.
You build those walls and painted them and everything.
When I say we build them, we build them.
We're doing something else this year, but physically, yes, they were being very creative.
But I love doing that stuff because, like, once we build it, it's done. We have it. Yeah. Like the stage for the Sailor Moon musical, that's done. We built it. Now we have a stage. We just use it again.
It's in our warehouse.
So stuff like that, I don't mind. It's a one-time investment. Good to go. And yes, I'm a certified engineer, so don't worry about it. It's good. It's safe. It's nice.
Everything's legal.
Yeah. I just want to remind people that you do need to save up, like hardcore this year.
I'm saving up.
I know some people are already throwing their money on the screen.
Take my money.
Yeah, but it is something. I mean, if you're supporting guests, you're buying something from them. If you're supporting vendors or you're supporting artists, and wanting to see some of these events back, the only way that we can gauge and the companies gauge is the fact that if you are spending, unfortunately, it is quite a bit of sales and businesses.
Yeah. It's one of many ways to gauge interest.
Yes. So of course your feedback and programming with panels, we want to show their for support physically there too. So, but just save up because you never know. A lot of people just say they're a couple $100, but you know,
dude, it's an anime con.
You might be spending quite a bit. Like you're gonna
see something that catches your eye.
Yeah, my kid's already saving up for it.
Getting them piggy banks ready.
Yeah.
I have a long-ish question from Highland Jess. I guess it'll be our last question of the night.
Okay.
Earlier, y'all said Super Pass can get back in line with general admission to get the Okamoto autograph if they missed their opportunity the first time. My question is, would they get first priority over general admission, or would they have to wait like everyone else?
They will have to They will have to wait like everyone else.
If they missed their opportunity, then that's unfortunate. But we want everybody to have a chance.
So when you're in that second round, you have to be
free for all.
Yes, it is
free for all.
So just want to clarify that's been the case in the past. So
you missed the first opportunity.
Yeah, we've already given that opportunity. So.
Even online. If you miss online and a Super Pass opportunity, then you know what? Be careful.
Yeah, so like, let's just say, okay, I believe I mentioned each session was 75 autographs.
Yeah.
Right.
Very.
So let's say.
That's pretty limited.
Let's say 25. I'm just throwing an amount out there. 25 of them are going to be online, or 30 or whatever it is. It's still very limited.
Absolutely.
Out of like thousands of people, thousands, yeah.
I mean,
but luckily you guys are tuned into the live stream, so you're getting this information pretty early, firsthand.
Yeah.
Destroy that subscribe button.
Don't be like in the group when people ask
subscribe.
questions.
Yeah, ring that bell on the subscription too, guys, so they get notified. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for filling these guys up for me while I was gone for the first first half hour.
We aim to please.
And now, before we go crazy, saying things we'll regret. I probably did.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a really crazy ride so far, and stay tuned for more lives, updates, information. Join our social media at Matsuri. Make sure to be in our official group if you want to chat with us even further. We really appreciate your support, and just keep spreading the news. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Stay nerdy.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll go there. We'll go over there. Take over there.
Camera in, camera B.